The Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force, JMSDF, has commissioned the third of its Taigei-class diesel-electric attack submarines. Named JS Jingei, the new Taigei-class boat was inducted into the Submarine Division 4 of Submarine Flotilla 2, which is homeported in the Yokosuka naval base in Kanagawa Prefecture, shortly after being handed over by shipbuilder Mitsubishi Heavy Industries (MHI) at its facility in Kobe City on March 8th. The first submarine of this class, Taigei, was converted to a test submarine on the same day, meaning Japan continued to maintain a total fleet of 22 submarines. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why JS Jingei Taigei-class submarine is a major headache for China. Let's get started. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted VPN brands worldwide that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte, an industry-leading Big Four auditing firm. NordVPN provides an encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy by preventing external entry to your internet traffic, as well as enabling you to access content that's blocked based on geolocation. Best of all, with one NordVPN account, you can secure up to 6 devices at the same time. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive savings by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Japan's post-war submarine fleet is one of the best in the world. With an authorized total of 22 submarines, the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force's submarine fleet is also one of the largest. Japan builds its own submarines, with the work split between Mitsubishi Heavy Industries and Kawasaki Heavy Industries, both based in the port city of Kobe. Japan takes an iterative approach to submarine construction, with a new submarine class introduced roughly every 20 years that builds upon previous ones. The Soryu class builds upon the older Oyashio class, and the two classes form the entirety of the fleet till the introduction of the Taigei class. The first boat of the class, the Taigei, was launched in October 2020. Jingei means speedy whale in Japanese and was the name borne by an ocean-going imperial yacht and a submarine tender during the Imperial Japanese Navy. The Taigei-class submarines all incorporate gei, or whale, and Taigei itself meaning big whale. The 3,000-ton diesel-electric attack submarine measures 84 meters or 275 feet long. The new submarine, which costs about $473 million to build, is powered by a diesel-electric engine, generating 6,000 horsepower. It has a maximum speed underwater of 20 knots, which is 23 miles per hour or 37 kilometers per hour. The Taigei class uses an advanced lithium battery system, pioneered on the last 2 Soryu submarines built. Oryu, the 11th Soryu-class vessel, is the world's first lithium-ion battery submarine. The JMSDF is currently the only naval service in the world to have installed this technology aboard a submarine. Lithium-ion batteries have almost double the electric storage capacity of traditional lead-acid batteries. Lithium-ion batteries will enable the submarine to shut off its diesel-electric propulsion and operate on battery power alone for long periods underwater, improving the underwater endurance significantly. Viewers may note that batteries are way less noisy than diesel-electric engines and reduce the sub's acoustic signature, making detection harder. JMSDF believes that lithium-ion is the way forward and has put in a lot of effort to develop a suitable solution. Jingei has an optronic mast and ZPS-6F surface and low-level air search radar for the detection of enemy anti-submarine warfare and maritime patrol craft. To detect enemy warships and submarines, Jingei has bow and flank-mounted Hughes Oki ZQQ-7 sonar arrays. It's also equipped with a towed array sonar capable of detecting ships over 70 kilometers or 44 miles away. The Taigei-class is fitted with 6 HU-606 533mm torpedo tubes that can accommodate Type 89 heavyweight torpedoes for anti-submarine operations and UGM-84 Harpoon for anti-ship roll. The Type 89 torpedo is a submarine-launched homing torpedo produced by Japan's Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. It replaced the unguided Type 72 torpedo. Development was done by the Technical Research and Development Institute, a department of the Ministry of Defense, and began in 1970, with the design completed by 1984. Developed from the Type 80 torpedo, it is similar in its capabilities to the United States Mark 48 ADCAP torpedo. After being formally approved in 1989 and named Type 89, it entered service. It's a wire-guided torpedo that features both active and passive homing modes. Compared to the Mark 48 torpedo, it's slightly longer and heavier, but has a marginally smaller warhead, 267 kilograms or 588 pounds, compared to 295 kilograms or 650 pounds. However, it can be used at a greater depth, 900 meters versus 800 meters for the Mark 48. The Harpoon is an all-weather, over-the-horizon anti-ship missile developed and manufactured by McConnell Douglas, now Boeing Defense, Space and Security. The submarine-launched variant is fitted with a solid-fuel rocket booster and encapsulated in a container to enable submerged launch through a torpedo tube. The missile has subsonic speed and is capable of hitting targets more than 70 miles or 112 kilometers away. Japan's main concern is a hostile China, with which it has several disputes. Chinese actions have forced JMSDF to be more proactive and take countermeasures. People's Liberation Army Navy is now a massive one. According to the Pentagon's annual report released in October, China has expanded its fleet to over 370 ships and submarines, a significant increase from 340 in 2023, solidifying its position as the world's largest navy in terms of numerical strength. While the U.S. Navy remains the most potent naval force in terms of tonnage and capabilities, China has made significant progress when it comes to building and deploying advanced warships. Small and quiet submarines are particularly hard to detect and would be a strong counter to the People's Liberation Army Navy. Keeping this scenario in mind, we can easily see that the fleet of Taigei-class submarines, along with Soryu-class subs, will play a major role in thwarting any Chinese aggression.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.